Welcome to Opinion Nation.
And we stand today on the edge of a new frontier.
There is nothing wrong with America that cannot be cured by what is right with America.
What makes us Americans is our shared commitment to an ideal that all of us are created equal.
I, too, am America.
Now here's your host, Bryce Robbins.
Hello everybody and welcome to this historic, let's say, episode of Opinion Nation. I'm your host, Bryce Robbins, and you are 100% correct. This is not Saturday morning. This is not 11 o'clock a.m. and it is not the normal time. But it's also something different. It is a stepping stone forward, I guess, in my experience as a radio show host. It is me pressing the buttons, everybody. I am producing my own show. There is nobody else. There's no Rick. There's no Belle. There's no Jess. Just me, myself, and I. So what does that mean? It means we're going to talk about climate change, my friends. We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about it. And you know who's not here? Rick. So no more King of the Hill noises. No more anything. I'm free to just do what I want. So the first thing I want to talk about is how this episode is going to go. So I am here pressing buttons, trying to figure things out. I'm just letting everybody know. So forgive me if this episode does not come out, as good as my previous one, especially not the previous one, with Jill Stein. So let me tell you, I absolutely must say that climate change, okay, and if Rick was here, he would say, you mean weather, is the biggest problem our world and our country face. And I mean that. And I mean that because it is not something that we should really be kicking down the can for our kids, for our, next generation to come. So, before you leave, before this gets too boring, before your conservatism kicks in and tells you go away, I want to tell you something. You don't need to be liberal to believe in science. You don't need to be liberal to believe in climate change, and you most certainly do not need to be liberal to believe what I believe. And I have many friends who are going to take over the Republican Party because it's breaking, it's collapsing, and they all believe in climate change. And it's not because it's the liberal education system. It's because it's science. And, if I went to the dentist's office and they said, Bryce, you have a cavity, my friend, I would not tell the dentist, no, you're wrong. The x-rays are false. That's not true. All the other teeth in my mouth are spotless. So this cavity doesn't exist. That would not make any sense in the slightest. So, before you go, let's listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson, okay? He is a scientist, he's an astrophysicist, and he's going to talk all about climate change. This is from his show Star Talk, which is a radio show. So I'm only going to keep it on for a couple minutes, and I want you to hear what he has to say, and this is him on climate change. Again, listen, enjoy, have fun here.
This is Star Talk.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm an astrophysicist with the American Museum of Natural History, and I'm host of Star Talk Radio. Welcome back to Star Talk Radio. And it's fighting all these air molecules. Like, what's up with that? We win. Astrophysicists win. Oh! Yeah, I said it. Snap. Bada bing. I'm getting it. Yeah, as I've said before, the good thing about science, when a consensus of experiment emerges, the good thing about science is that it's true, whether or not you believe in it. And climate change has taken on political dimensions, it's taken on cultural, social dimensions. And that's odd, because I don't see people choosing sides over E equals MC squared or other fundamental facts of science. But the experimental consensus is there, that human beings, by virtue of our conduct, burning sources of carbon, fossil fuels among them, that have been buried for millions of years, the good thing about science is that it's true.